welcome to Chalk Talk. I'm Melody Swain. We begin our show with special congratulations to our 3 Principals of the Year for the St. Tammany Parish Public School System for the 2007-2008 school year. Principal of the Year for the Elementary Division is Melanie Edwards from Magnolia Trace Elementary School. The Middle School Junior High Division winner is Slidell Pathways Principal Jackie Landry. And the High School Division winner is Chris O'Regan at Operation Jumpstart. All 3 of these veteran educators shared with us their love for their jobs, their absolute commitment in what they do, and their determination to make a difference in the lives of their students. We begin with Melanie Edwards, who began her career 34 years ago as a kindergarten and 2nd grade teacher. She later served as principal of the Mandeville Kindergarten Center before being named principal at Magnolia Trace Elementary School.
Bye, Alexandra. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
You see her giving hugs to children every day, and she has children that she brings into the office and works with, children that may be afraid, having difficulty separating from their parents. She's most willing to go out there and work with the parents and with the child and helping them adjust to our school.
I love the children. The children are little, they love you. If you're having a bad hair day, they still tell you you're beautiful. I think I make a difference in the lives of my kids. I try to have a close personal touch with as many as I possibly can. With almost 900, it gets harder. But for them to feel safe here and feel this is a good, comfortable learning environment, they need to have those personal touches with people who are here and know that it's home. It's a family, it's home, and they're safe here.
You're my buddy, huh?
Making those relationships, to me, is just as important as the academic part. If a child doesn't feel comfortable in his setting, if he's not feeling good about himself as a learner, he's not going to be able to risk learning. And you need to have that too. It's just as important.
Do you see the students engaged in technology?
She had 2 of them at the computers working on activities.
But it was collaborative learning, so
Right.
That was wonderful.
I think one of Melanie's strongest assets is that she is a very strong instructional leader, and she is, in that capacity, she is able to make decisions at our school that are based on what's best for kids. She has very high expectations for the teachers and for the students, and that's what I think makes us such a great school.
I would say I'm the instructional leader, definitely the instructional leader, and always striving for what's best and what is research-based to show that it's best for children, because we have very high expectations here. But one reason I think we are so successful with that is that we have good personal relationships amongst the faculty.
And as a principal, as an administrator, there are sometimes you have to make some very, very tough decisions. But I can guarantee you at Magnolia Trace, Melanie Edwards will always make the decision that's best for kids. Always. That's how much she cares.
I love what I do. I think as a team, we have made a big difference in a lot of children's lives. I love my kids, and I think they love me too.
Mrs. Edwards has served as principal at Magnolia Trace Elementary School since the school opened its doors in 1999. We now go to Slidell Pathways, where Jackie Landry has been principal for 8 years. Throughout her 24-year career in St. Tammany Parish, she has served as an evaluator and director of bilingual education, a special education teacher, an assessment teacher with pupil appraisal, and a school psychologist.
The teachers here are probably what I would consider to be the best group of people I've ever had the privilege of working with. Just because their level of commitment is so directed to each and every child who comes into their classroom. And they really make it such a team effort, such a family effort here, and everybody has the same goal. We want these students to not need us in the future. So our goal is to give them the emotional support while addressing the academics so that when they do return to their regular campus, they're ready to go just like the other students. And for me, that's really what makes it unique, the fact that our goal is to march together all of the time, support each other in every possible way so that the students can move on from us. And each time we have one success story, we celebrate it like no other school could do it.
Jackie is a very special person. This school is very challenging to be a leader in, to be a teacher in. But as a leader, she meets that head on as a principal. And, she's compassionate toward the people that work with her or for her, and also to the children. Jackie looks at the students in a very positive way. She looks at their needs, but Jackie also focuses in on their resources, their strengths.
Everybody who comes here wants success for their children. They trust us to teach their children and to help them be able to adapt to a regular campus. The students come here with that commitment, and the parents stay in touch with us on that. So they are very much supportive of the program. And what I've found is that it is always a unique group of students and parents, no matter the fact that we have a big turnover, because we're always getting new students and we're always transitioning current students back to their campus. But it's as though everyone who comes here knows that this is where they need to be and that this is the work we all need to do together.
She's just so dedicated to what she does.
I can't imagine working anyplace else. I can't imagine working with any other group of students than the students who come through our doors yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And working with this staff, it is absolutely my calling. It is everything I've worked for in my career right here at Pathways.
Mrs. Landry has taught in St. Tammany Parish for 24 years. Operation Jumpstart Principal Chris O'Regan has over 30 years' experience in various areas within the school system, including secondary education, special education, guidance counseling, and administration. Mr. O'Regan served as principal at Slidell Pathways before being chosen to lead the new alternative school, Operation Jumpstart.
Chris O'Regan is the principal of the year, certainly for me, because he is my role model. He is who I'm looking to and trying to maintain the kind of program in the junior high that he has long had here at Operation Jumpstart.
I've always liked students with a challenge. I had an experience when I was in high school in New Orleans that we had to do a community service as part of our senior year in high school, and mine was to go to the Youth Study Center, which was a juvenile detention facility in New Orleans. And there I met kids who were my age, who are already locked up, who their future was to be locked up. That's how they saw it at 15 or 16 years old. And that's pretty much when I decided that I wanted to work with kids who were having problems and in trouble and things like that. And that's what I've done in St. Tammany Parish.
He's a very bright man who has understanding of how the human being works. And it's interesting to watch him work, how he can look inside the kids and have an understanding of what really is going on and reach to that pretty quickly.
We're providing educational opportunities for students in need. All of our students have needs, and some of them are pretty heavy. And we always feel that education is an opportunity for them. Really, the day-to-day work with the kids is rewarding to me because we feel like we're making a difference, and they're in school, which a lot of times that's the issue. We have a lot of students who didn't attend school regularly, and getting them in on a regular basis. When you work with kids who are at risk, you have to get your successes in small increments, and sometimes it's few and far between. It's not going to happen every day.
Chris O'Regan is absolutely the difference here because he has been the leader here for 10 years. I'm proud to be a part of that team with my own junior high, but also with him as a mentor, because Chris O'Regan is our leader and has been, and absolutely. I mean, he's a great model for us all.
Collectively, these three veteran educators offer over 88 years of experience to the school system. In a special performance sponsored by the St. Tammany Parish Public Schools Talented Arts Department, singer, songwriter, and storyteller Danny O'Flaherty, along with a group of talented art students, dazzled a packed house recently at Fontainebleau High School. The show was a culmination of a week-long program that took O'Flaherty to several schools across the parish, where he performed for over 2,500 students. He not only entertained his young audiences with tales of leprechauns, fairies, and the Loch Ness Monster, he also shared the importance of wetlands preservation.
The storytelling. The kids want to hear the story. They want to hear the song.
And for 1 week in January, that's exactly what they did. If singer, songwriter, and master storyteller Danny O'Flaherty looks like the Pied Piper, it's because he is.
So in love, we watched them as they played their games. So all of a sudden there was a big circle around me, and they're like this far away from me, listening to my story, and totally immersed into what I was saying. You could hear a pin drop.
Some of the shows, Danny would get in the center of the children, and they would just surround him because they wanted to hear more about the things that he was singing about and talking about. He's a wonderful storyteller.
And that is the Celtic connection. Danny O'Flaherty took a bit of the Emerald Isle to schools throughout St. Tammany Parish, reaching more than 2,500 students through storytelling and songs, teaching a message with every tune.
Everybody repeats after me. There was magic, magic, magic in the air. Everyone.
There was magic, magic when the monsters stared.
At the same time, O'Flaherty teamed with talented art students from 15 schools, creating a stage show, a full-fledged team effort. The singers were 1st through 4th graders, with high school students taking on sound, lights, and sets.
To the big blue sea, come to the sea, the big blue sea, come and play with me.
The children that performed in the shows with Danny, the children that worked on this technical aspect of it, those children have worked with a professional. They got to be a part of a professional performance. And what a wonderful experience that is for a 1st through 4th grader, or for a high school student who got to share their expertise in lighting or sound or film, to be able to work on such a performance.
In many ways, we all have our stories. You have your stories, I have my stories. There's something that happened to you when you were 6 years old or 7 years old that somebody made a difference. And if you make the difference with one person, you made the difference. I don't know what I'm doing up here that might put the light on for some kid in the audience, that he or she, when they grow up and they'll say, when I was 7 years old, I was at this concert and there was this man, I think he was Irish.
Irish he is, but the message is global, a passion to touch the soul and protect the world that surrounds it. A packed house at Fontainebleau High School heard that message loud and clear, the message of help, hope, and a hug.
Sarah, what my Daisy said to me.
Do you know the continents? Do you know their names? Number 7, Europe would be where the Celtic tribes once roamed so free. 25 countries for all to see, and Ireland's number 1 to read.
What he shared with our children is lasting. They will remember those songs about the continents, and they'll remember the songs about our wetlands and about picking up trash and putting it in the trash can. All of those things, those children will take back with them.
In this environment of music and playing concerts and for children in schools, I hope that I'll make a difference some way. It was something that I say about humanity, about who we are as people and what we need to do, about even just going to the beaches and keep the beaches clean. To hear that coming from me, it influences the small kids. Absolutely it does. So I don't know, I'm sure there's multi things I do that some kids will say, yes, it was that, and someone kid, no, it was that I liked. Something, so hopefully I'm doing something great, and I want to.
You can still catch performances by Danny O'Flaherty at various venues throughout the New Orleans area. We'd also like to congratulate Woodlake Elementary School in Mandeville, the National Grand Prize winner in Samsung Electronics and Microsoft Corporation's Hope for Education contest. The winning entry, a 100-word essay submitted by a Woodlake parent, beat out over 8,200 essays from across the country. The grand prize, worth $200,000, will outfit the school with technology products and software, including flat-screen televisions, computers, digital cameras, DVD players, and more. Principal Jean Krieger and the entire student body and faculty attended a symbolic check presentation at the Instructional Technology Center, which included a surprise performance by teen sensations Allie and AJ.
100. It's the amount of words John Marquezich needed to win Woodlake Elementary $200,000 worth of Samsung technology and Microsoft software.
It was a phenomenally creative essay that he wrote, and we get to reap the benefit. And for years, we're going to have computers in our classrooms that are going to be new this year, and that's not something that happens every day. So we're very, very pleased about the whole situation.
It's $200,000 worth of equipment and software. It's just fabulous. It's a mini tech makeover for the school. So we're super excited about that.
And this prize makeover was not easy to come by. More than 8,200 schools participated in the Hope for Education essay contest. So for Marquezich, the announcement was almost unbelievable.
They called. You know, it was a big surprise. You first think, well, is it, maybe this is a joke.
Since the launch of the program, over 250 schools have benefited from over $7 million in technology and software. Both Samsung and Microsoft agree this technology is vital to a child's education.
Microsoft believes that technology can actually transform education and help every student realize their full potential. And so this is a great program that puts technology in the hands of the students that really need it.
Technology is an enormous enabler. Today, our kids, all of us, are connected around the world. And if children don't start learning how to use technology as an enabler at an early age, they'll be at a disadvantage.
Hey, you can send it in a box, I don't care, just drop it off. I won't be home.
But $200,000 was not the only prize for Woodlake Elementary. Music sensations Allie and AJ teamed up with Samsung to promote education by performing at the Instructional Technology Center in front of hundreds of adoring fans. For these fans, well, let's just say it was an unforgettable experience.
They'll remember this the rest of their lives. These are the stars. They're like the monkeys, were to me. I mean, Allie and AJ are fabulous, and to have them here to promote education the way that they do, I have a hard time finding the words.
For these sisters, though, the opportunity to rock out to education was an easy decision.
It's super important. I mean, the fact that, this software is now going to be, at the Woodlake school is huge, because it's definitely something that's really, really important and really needed in every school.
Technology is definitely a huge part of what our world revolves around, so I think that this is going to be very helpful towards, the kids that are going to this school for sure.
Amazing how 100 words can change a school forever. Michael Kelly, EST13.
Through Samsung's Friends for Life program, the school also received a specially trained black Labrador named Callie, who will be a new helper for a special education class at Woodlake. Our next story features Northshore High School student Morgan Pyfrom, a teen sensation in her own right. Not only is she an honor student, dedicated community volunteer, and talented performer, she is the 2007-2008 National All-American Miss Junior Teen Queen. But it's not her outgoing personality, her beautiful smile, or her national title that impressed us the most. It is her generous and compassionate work with the elderly. Join us now as we spotlight Morgan Pyfrom, whose heart is as big as her smile. Morgan Pyfrom is not your average student. This Northshore High junior brings her smile and radiant personality wherever she goes. Like all high school students, Morgan attends classes and hangs out with her friends. But it is the activities outside of the classroom that sets her apart from many of her peers.
From Louisiana, representing our country for the next year.
Morgan was recently crowned the 2007-2008 National All-American Miss Junior Teen Queen. She plans on using this title to transform a family hobby into a national program. Scrapbooking has been a passion for Morgan for many years, a passion that she has turned into a local community service project.
I wanted to do something that I would love to do, that every morning I could wake up and want to do. So we chose scrapbooking, and then it helps with memory retention for Alzheimer's patients. So it was kind of my way of helping the community for the long term.
Morgan volunteers at the Aldersgate United Methodist Church Angel Center, where she helps Alzheimer's patients take a trip down memory lane, exercising their mind while polishing their spirit.
I think it's a great form of therapy for them. When you recall memories, because sometimes they cannot remember like their family members or things like that, and I know that's heartbreaking for the family members themselves. So when they have their scrapbook, they can go, oh, well, you're Eric, you're John, So when you have Alzheimer's, I'm slowly helping them remember what's happened with their lives.
Scrapbooking is a method for preserving personal and family history in the form of photographs and memorabilia, which is collected and displayed in a decorated album.
Scrapbooking is taking pictures, putting like a backing on them, writing things about them. It really is just pictures on a page with writing.
Scrapbooking is similar to storytelling, but it uses a visual and tactile focus rather than an oral one. This encompasses all of the patient's senses while sharpening their memory.
I want them really to get away from the world, cut back from the world, and just sit down and remember what the pictures really meant, the memories along with them.
Morgan hopes to reach out and bring this form of scrapbook therapy to Alzheimer's patients around the country.
With my national title, I want to be, when I go to different states, go to different hospitals and branch it out that way. By leaving my mark just everywhere I possibly can, like New York, for example, because I'm going there, Mississippi, things like that. So that's my future, that's my broad goal.
Morgan Pyfrom has taught other students scrapbooking and has reaffirmed the importance of helping the community through her good work. Dr. Mike Peterson, principal at Northshore High, sees Morgan as the type of role model that sets a good example for her classmates.
Certainly she's a great influence on the other young ladies in our school, and I'm just proud of her as a student and as a participant at Northshore High School. And you cannot help but grow if you participate in helping other people, and especially people in need. Morgan has been fabulous with that, and I'm really proud of her, and just thank God that she's here and that she's having a positive influence on our other students.
Morgan is the first contestant from Louisiana to win at the national level. We visited the morning meeting at Mandeville Elementary School recently for a special flag presentation. Captain Gerard Fontenot, a helicopter pilot in the United States Marine Corps and alumnus of Mandeville Elementary, presented the school an American flag and a Louisiana flag, which he'd flown over the battlefields of Iraq. Captain Fontenot truly honored the school with this generous act, and they in turn honored him with a song.
Well, today we're fortunate enough to have one of our former students. He's now Captain Gerard Fontenot, who has served in Iraq and is still serving in the Marine Corps, to join us because he flew flags over Iraq during his term of service and dedicated those flags to Mandeville Elementary School.
My passion has always been to be an aviator. Since I was, your age, all I wanted to do was fly jets.
He's never forgotten Mandeville Elementary School. He attended as a youngster, and it's still close to his heart today. We are connected to the Fontenot family because his mother works at Mandeville Elementary School to this day as our cafeteria manager. So he has a strong connection here. It's a great role model for our students to see what they can become in the future, and also to appreciate the service and the dedication that our servicemen and women give to us.
Mandeville Elementary has always been kind of a home to me. Every time I'm in town, I come back and I visit her and the staff and the students. I wanted to do something for them as well as for my mom, and so I decided to do something that's a tradition among aviators, and is to fly an American flag and dedicate that to someone special.
It makes me very proud for him to show everybody else that, the right step to take in life.
They really have a broad slate in front of them in their lives, and if they just pay attention in school, if they do what their parents tell them, they really just focus their lives on being good people, and the dreams will be available for them if they stay determined and focused on those dreams.
Captain Fontenot plans to continue to visit the school when on leave from the Marine Corps. Honey Island Elementary School in Slidell held its own special presentation recently for some very excited young readers. Rewarded for achieving their accelerated reader goals, nearly 600 students were entertained and educated by Louisiana chef, author, and television personality Frank Davis. In order for the students to attend this accelerated reading celebration, they must have met their point goal set by their teacher, have 85% or above comprehension, and have read books on their individual reading levels. They have to achieve all three of these goals, not just one or two.
Today our students celebrated their accelerated reader goals. Those children who made their goals for the second 9 weeks got to participate in the I Spy Louisiana Chef's celebration. Here at Honey Island we do practice the fish philosophy, and one component is to have fun. So this is a way that our kids can have fun while they're learning.
These are the basis of Cajun and Creole cooking, and that is Italian.
The first item of the day was a presentation by Frank Davis about the history of food.
We were talking on that stage 200 years of history, and unless someone actually sits down and says, you know, this is where the name gumbo came from, this is, you know, this is what clementines are, this is what dirty rice is.
After the presentation, classes went back to their classroom for an extra surprise.
Each student who made their goal got to decorate a chef's hat. They had an opportunity to watch a little ratatouille video and enjoy some great Louisiana food that parents had provided.
It was a fun learning experience for the children who learned some interesting facts about the food they eat.
The whole purpose is to not just entertain them for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. Is to give them something they can take with them and go home and go, you know what I learned today, Mom? I learned what a roux is.
As part of the learning experience, Frank Davis was able to tie in the importance of reading to the kids.
You know, everything I did today and everything that they did on the floor, it didn't appear out of the ether. You know, it became real, it became functional, became usable, became interesting because I read it and somebody before me read it and somebody before them read it, and hopefully all these kids after us will read it and they'll read it to their kids. The emphasis on education. I tell little kids all the time, I said, don't just read the subject you like, make yourself read a subject you hate. I said, the next thing you know, you'll end up liking that subject, because you know why? You don't know anything about it. And all of a sudden you go, wow, that's cool. La 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 la.
Students who continue to meet their reading goals will be treated to more accelerated reader celebrations throughout the school year. Thanks for watching this edition of Chalk Talk. For information about our broadcast schedule, please go to our school system's website. Follow the link to Channel 13. Join us now for the sights and sounds at the Black History Wax Museum at Carolyn Park Elementary School. Students portrayed important African Americans in history whose accomplishments still impact our world. All this was done in honor of Black History Month.